So I'm going to show it to you now. And then I'm going to show it to all my kids. We're going to put that on you right here. First of all, what you see, and then what you think it means to you. Okay?
No.
Send me in Nico, since he's right here at the door. Let's take a look. Okay. Tell me what you see, and then interpret it. There's no right or wrong answer.
What does interpret mean?
Like, tell me what you think it could mean in life. Hey everyone, welcome to the Julie Jeppson podcast. I'm so excited to be here with you today. It's super loud in the house right now. Everybody's home from school, but I need to have the kids home today while I podcast because they're going to be part of it. Just a reminder to subscribe to this podcast if you are liking what you're hearing. It's been such a privilege and an honor for me to listen to these amazing women full of grit, willpower, tenacity, strength, endurance, perseverance. They've been through so much and so many things, so many different things, and they're all coming through it and navigating in their own way. And it really has been an honor to listen to them. I'm closet casting at the moment, but today I wanted to talk about something, or at least show you something that my mom came across years ago when we were kids. And she took a picture of it and she blew up the picture so it's bigger. And I think she just saw this as she was gardening outside, most likely. And she blew it up and showed it all to us. And it has, a different meaning to everyone. So I'm going to show it to you now. And then I'm going to show it to all my kids. This is the picture. So as you can see, it's a little, is that a pansy? I don't know my flowers. I think it's a pansy. Growing in the teeniest bit of dirt in the street along like the curb or a sidewalk. Like it found its way. Despite all the odds, despite everything going against it, no flowers to lean on, no, special fertilizer or Nutrimulch or turkey manure or anything to help it grow or succeed, but it made it in its tiny little patch of dirt in the street. So obviously, to adults, it means something along the lines of just good old-fashioned grit. If you are just listening to the podcast, this is a picture of a flower. Again, I'll just reiterate it, that is growing in the tiniest little patch of dirt in the street. Like there's a crack in the street that didn't get tar on it. And this flower is all by itself. There is nothing around it except for concrete and asphalt and a little patch of dirt. And this flower has bloomed. It's white. It's standing tall on its own. And it just needed a little bit of nourishment in the ground, but no fertilizer, no support system to stand or to keep itself upright, no special, compost or fancy garden tools. Like it grew all on its own, kind of in the midst of crappy circumstances, So obviously we can apply this to all of our lives in different ways, but I thought it would be interesting to hear from my own kids what they see in this picture. I'm sure they'll give me a literal explanation and then hopefully a figurative one. So I'm going to go get my first kiddo. It's going to be India. Stay tuned. Tell me how old you are.
I'm 11 years old.
What grade?
5th grade.
5th grade, 11 years old. What do you like to do?
I love to dance and tumble and sing.
Yeah, she belongs on stage. Okay, so I explained to them something that my mom found long ago. Okay, and she took a picture of it and she blew it up really big so that we could all see it, and we all kind of gave our own explanation of what we saw in this picture. So I'm going to show this picture to you. and I want you to tell me, first of all, what you see, and then what you think it means to you. Okay?
No. A flower?
Okay, tell me what you see.
I see like dirt under it and no other plants, just that flower.
Anything else?
Does it represent something?
No, it's just a picture that my mom took because she saw this flower in
It's
a
the
little...
only flower.
Yeah, so now look at this picture with different eyes, and what might it symbolize for you? There's no right or wrong answer. Like, look at it, like...
You can grow, like you grow and like something like Jesus helps you grow
Okay.
and bloom.
Even
It's living better when things are hard.
And why is it hard in this picture?
Because it's only flower.
It's the only flower, it's by itself?
Yes, and it's lonely.
It's lonely, but it's blooming anyway, right?
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add to this? If you were to look at that and not just be like, oh, it's just a flower growing. But
It's a symbol that somebody put when somebody's like dead. I would be like, I would just be like, oh, maybe Darlene put this up, or Miss Julian, or someone.
So people that have died, maybe she's saying, may have planted that flower to remind you of them, or angels to remind you of them. I like that. Okay.
What's the right answer?
Oh, there is no right answer. Oh. That was great. We're gonna put that on you right here. Say testing.
Testing.
Cute little hair. Okay, this is Kenya. Kenya, how old are you?
6.
And tell me what grade you're in.
Kindergarten.
Kindergarten. And what do you like to do?
I like to do crafts.
Crafts. Okay.
A flower.
Tell me about where it's growing.
In the road.
How?
I don't know. I've never seen a flower grow on the road before.
How do you think it did that?
Put a seed in the road or something?
Maybe. What do you think about that? What do you think about that in your life? Do you think that you will grow even when things are hard? Yeah. Even if it's growing in kind of a crappy place, it'll grow anyway. As long as it gets, what does it have to grow?
Water. Needs sun.
Needs sun. Does it have a lot of sun?
Yeah.
Yeah. There it is, out of the mouth of a babe. Isn't that pretty awesome that this flower is growing out of like a little patch of dirt in the street? That means we can grow anywhere. In any kind of situation. This is what I do when you guys are at school.
12, almost 13.
He's almost 13. What grade are you in?
7th.
And what do you like to do?
I love tumbling. Tumbling is literally my favorite.
Is life.
And everyone thinks it's like,
ew, he's burping.
Mama,
you're on.
I can't hold it.
Go. What?
Everyone thinks it's like girly-ish, but it's not. It's like a bunch of like flips and stuff. It's kind of like a lot of boys do it. Like I have a lot of my friends were made there, like and it's just a lot of flips and stuff, and not like cheer and stuff. It's all flips, and it's super duper fun. I see a flower growing from nothing, from a crack.
Anything else?
It's really tall. It's been growing for a while, and it really has nothing to sustain it. And it's in the road, in the middle of the road, not in the middle. Like, you just don't see anything to sustain it.
Okay, so how can you interpret that, like for your life or anyone else's?
Maybe being, I guess, independent is important.
Okay.
Except being dependent is important too. maybe just like a mixture of both, because I see a little bit of soil in there that the flower depends on, but at the same time, there's like nothing else. So it could be independent, like being dependent for the first parts of your life, and relying on your mom and your dad to teach you all of your things, and that's why parents are special. And then if you're like 40, or if you're like 30 and still living in your mom's basement, then that's being way too dependent, and you need to get out into the real world and start making children of your own and teaching them your ways. So yeah.
I love that. Blossoming, bloom where you're planted, right?
Yeah.
Okay, send me in Nico, since he's right here at the door. Let's take a look.
Is this a microphone?
Yes, this is a microphone.
No.
So I want you to tell me, what's your name?
Nico.
You can just talk normal. You don't even have to touch it. Yeah, like that. And how old are you?
4.
4. Do you know when your birthday is?
July.
June 25th. So you're almost how old?
Almost 5.
You're almost 5. Okay. And where do you go to school? What grade are you in?
Preschool.
Preschool. What's your teacher's name?
Miss Mother, Miss Casey.
Mrs. Melzer and Miss Casey. And what do you like to do, Nico?
Go on the tramp with Ari.
You like to go on the tramp with Ari?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to show you a special picture, and I want you to tell me, you don't need to touch it. Touch on the microphone. I want you to tell me what you see. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Look in the camera there.
A flower. It's planting in rain by itself.
It's by itself, huh? How do you think it grew like that?
Because Jesus made it.
Yeah. What else do you see? Do you see any other flowers around it?
No.
Do you see dirt?
Yes.
Yeah. What did it need to grow?
With rain.
With rain? What else does it need to grow?
Seed.
A seed? Anything else? Does it need the sun?
Yeah, and wind.
And the wind? How do you think it grew in the street? How did it do that?
Because it has a little bit of grass right there.
Has a little bit of dirt and grass right there. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, how did it do it without any flowers to be its friend?
Because he is just by itself, and Jesus made it because if somebody saw it, they would just go ask their mom.
Yeah. So when you need help growing, you ask your mom for help, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when we see a flower, we go and ask our mom.
What do you go ask your mom?
And the mom said, when this flower is...
And you say, "Aw," like that?
Yeah.
That's amazing. How do you grow big and strong? What do you need to have?
Fruit.
Fruit. What else?
And vegetables.
And what else?
And food.
And food. And what else?
And water.
And water. Anything else to make you big and strong?
Yeah.
What?
Milk.
Milk. That's right. Anything else?
No.
No. You don't touch the microphone.
Okay.
Say thanks for having me, everybody.
Thanks for having me, everybody.
Good job. That was amazing.
Your mom can't help me.
Yes. Fingers. Okay. You want to get on your knees right here?
Yeah.
Okay. Now get up on your knees. Oh, they can't see. Up on your knees. Yeah, you can sit right there. Okay. What's your name?
Naima.
Don't touch the microphone. And how old are you?
3.
3. And what do you like to do?
Play in the sand.
Play in the sand?
Yes.
What else?
Play with Kenya and Nico.
Play with Kenya and Nico. And what's your favorite color?
Pink and purple.
Pink and purple. What do you see?
Flower.
What color is it?
White.
And where is it growing? Is it growing in a garden?
Yes.
It is? Where is it, the garden?
Right there.
Is it growing in the street?
Yes.
Yes. How? How is it growing in the street? How did it do that?
Because it works.
Because it works?
Yes.
How is it growing? Does it get some dirt?
Yes.
What else does it have to grow? Look. What else does it need?
Some water.
Some water. How do you think it's growing there in the street?
Because it's gonna work so it can be so happy that I can see.
It's going to be so happy and it's just going to work?
Yes.
Can you grow all by yourself like this?
Yes.
What do you need to grow?
Some apples.
What else?
Some and made of sand.
You need some sand?
Not another sand.
Another sand?
Not the negative sand.
I don't know what you're saying. What are you saying?
Another sand.
Can you guys interpret that? Another
Yes.
sand?
Yes.
You don't have to touch it at all. Okay, what's your name?
Trey,
How old are you?
7.5.
You're like 7 9/10. Because what? When's your birthday?
April 18.
It's like in a couple weeks and you're going to be 8. And what happens when you turn 8?
I get baptized.
That's right. Okay, and what grade are you in?
Second.
And what do you like to do?
Do art projects.
Anything else?
Do the parties and the brain boosters, the PE.
Oh, but what do you like to do outside of school?
Play with my friends.
Mm-hmm. He's a big biker.
A flower.
Well, anything else?
Just some rocks and a wall.
Where do you see it? Where do you see it growing?
Right in that little yellow grass, whatever.
Mm-hmm. And do you think it had everything it needed to grow?
Yeah.
How? How does it have everything it needs to grow in the street?
I don't know. It just looks like has everything. Because it's really pretty and it's white and it has green on it.
Mm-hmm. So it obviously had everything it needed to get big and strong, even though it's not in a garden, even though it doesn't have any flowers that are like around it and supporting it, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you think that can be like your life? Do you think that it may have been a little bit more difficult for this flower?
Yeah. Or it might have took a long time to grow.
Maybe. So what do you think that means for you? What if you're put in a horrible situation where you're like, this is impossible to get through this? If the flower is taken care of, what do you think is going to happen to you?
Same thing. By taking a long time to do like a test or something, a hard test, and just trying to figure out what the answer is, just taking a long time.
Okay, I like that. Trying to figure it out. You like that picture?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, huh?
My name is Ari.
How old are you?
9.5.
And what grade are you in?
I'm in 4th.
And what's your favorite thing to do?
My favorite thing is I like playing soccer. It's my first favorite sport. I love it so much.
Anything else?
And I love tramp.
You love the tramp.
That's it's a white flower. It's sunflower seed, a white sunflower seed with dirt down on the bottom.
Mm-hmm. Anything else?
And I can tell that it's been growing and growing.
Ari, how did it grow in the street?
It growed in the street.
Well, look at it. How did it grow?
Oh, because the sun and the rain the sun and the rain grew it, and people grew it. You just put water on it, and then you put seeds down, then put water on it, so it makes it grow.
So do you think it had enough dirt?
No. Yes.
Okay. Do you think it had enough sun?
Yes.
Do you think that it had enough rain water?
Doesn't really look like it, kind of. No, not really.
Do you think that it pretty much had everything it needed to grow?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. But do you think that people knew that it was growing there when it was a seed?
No.
And what do you usually have? You usually have a garden, and you water it, and you put fertilizer in it, and you have this yummy dirt.
At school, this guy put a fertilizer in the grass, and it stunk.
Yeah.
In the grass.
Okay, so now tell me, looking at this picture, how is this kind of like your life or anyone's life?
Because wait, what do you mean?
How is this like someone's life? Sometimes we're not put in great situations where we don't grow like we want to grow, but we have everything that we need, even though it's not very glamorous. How can you make this like your life, this little flower growing?
It would help me because it's really beautiful.
Mm-hmm. But tell me, when you're in a rough situation and you don't think you're going to be able to make it and you don't think you can do it, I bet you.
Then I can pray to God with it.
Okay, because I bet this flower had the same struggle. How am I going to grow in this teeny tiny little patch of dirt in the street with no little friends to hold me up, with no
Because he didn't know that the rain would come and the rain would wash it to make it grow.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, how can I do this? How can I do that? Just like, I'm like, what's 2 times 2? And I'm like, oh, that's 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then we could do, yeah.
Anything else you want to add to this?
That kind of helps you in your life because it's a sunflower and it has pollen in it and God made it for us.
So do you think that you'll grow too, and you'll be big and strong as long as you have everything that you need? Because who can you rely on?
Yes, I'm already grown and strong.
Yes, you are. And you don't have to have all the fancy things, right?
Mm-hmm.
You'll grow because you have everything in you already to be huge.
Oh.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great answers. I love that.
You already did interview.
I know. This is something different. How old are you?
14.
What grade are you in?
8th grade.
What do you like to do?
Gymnastics.
Anything else?
Hanging out with friends.
Okay.
Eating french fries.
I tried to do this when they were all outside, but I can hear them all coming in. My mom was gardening long ago, and she came across this image, and she took a picture of it. And then she blew it up really big, and she has had it for years, and we have often reflected on it. So I want you to look at it, tell me what you see, and then interpret it. There's no right or wrong answer.
What does interpret mean?
Like, tell me what you think it could mean in life, symbolically.
I've seen that picture before.
Yeah, because I've had it in my room. So tell me, what do you see?
Flower? A flower coming out of the street.
Yeah, it is. It's coming out of the street. How the heck do you think it grew?
I don't know.
Come on, you're the oldest. Give me some good answers. How'd the seed get there?
Somebody dropped it.
Okay, and what did it need to grow?
Water and sun.
Water and sun. And do you think it had any problems?
Yes.
Like what?
Getting stepped on.
Okay. Anything else?
Well, it didn't have anybody to feed it.
But what happened?
It grew.
It grew anyway, because it had everything it needed, right?
Uh-huh.
Now I want you to interpret that for your own life or anyone else. What could that mean for you?
That even if times are hard, you can still grow.
Perfect! How can you use this for your own life?
Well, that's just like any other quote out there. Don't give up on your dreams. Keep pushing through the hard times.
Yes, but for your life. It doesn't have to be so, what's the word, trendy.
Just what I said, because times are hard, but you could still be a pretty flower. Or that's fake it till you make it.
Okay. For me, that obviously, it's just as she said, but I'm like, you know what? This poor flower didn't have a chance, right? It was probably pollinated somehow by some bee or maybe on some animal's fur and fell into this little patch of dirt in the middle of the concrete, in between the asphalt, or in the middle of the asphalt, in between the concrete. And it grew anyway. And so for me, obviously, it is a symbol of grit, of perseverance, of growing despite all of the odds, despite the circumstances that are going against you, loneliness, cars running over it, animals and insects eating it. It grew anyway. It made it count. And obviously that can happen for all of us in our own lives when we are dealing with something that's going against us, something that is, makes us the underdog, where we are not able to pull out of it ourselves, or we think that we can't. But if we've got everything that we need to grow, we're going to grow. For me in my life, that is willpower, strength, emotional fortitude, mental stability, God, Jesus, scriptures. And what about for you? What is it? She's like, wait, what were we talking about? What is it that you need to survive in your life?
Cookie dough. Just kidding. You need it, like you said, Jesus in the Book of Mormon. You need the Book of Mormon. Just says that.
Yeah. But what do you need?
Water. Jesus. A family.
Okay.
Food.
So I just thought that this was an awesome picture to have, to show that no matter what.
As a hobby, you need that.
Yeah, you can grow through anything as long as you've got the right feeders, water and seed, air, water, and sun. And all the other stuff is fluff, all the fertilizer, all those things to make us, maybe bigger than we need to be. Anyway, in the name of Jesus Christ, amen.
Amen.